at imolagp.com.org.ca. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is the man who has a 5-hour energy every 3 hours, Michael Megas.
I think I would die at that point. I mean, I am caffeine insensitive. All right. Well, we had some technical issues. We've solved the technical issues. We are here for the last 4 minutes of qualifying. Let's round that up. And let's have a quick rundown here. It is a multi-class race, so we have the Porsches as one class. The BMWs is another class. The BMWs are slower by, as you could say, about 11 seconds a lap. Tomas Ribeiro leads the way from Thorsten Borchardt. Fotis Zizoglu up in third place. The Greek Freak up in third. Nice. Martin Edmonds, Antonio Costa, Christian Kukovic, Rene Ernemer, Luciano Ichazo, Andrew D, Adam Stewart, Yuri Kartachville, Nickel Zell van der Bergie, Ricardo Costa, Mauricio Delgado, Tobias Ryder. Is it Tobias Ryder or is it Thomas Ryder? Timo Ryder. I was wrong on both. Jesus.
Timo Timonen.
Newcomer, at least as far as I know, Wilfredo Sevilla. Rick Martel, Morbid Apathy, and Ken Scott are your Porsches. And in the BMW field, Tobias Thierolf in the lead. Surprise. Ariel Zatoni, Magic Kashchuk, Henrik Andreas, and Andy Darnell, Jeff Ecott, Lezek Lacomi, Vic Vega, James Butler, Steve Davidson, Michael Chute, and Chris Willems. Your field. By the way, the BMW field pretty tight. They're only about 4 seconds apart. So hopefully we'll see some good racing in the lower class.
You kids in your lower classes. Unbelievable.
There, my laptop is now actually showing the action. For some reason it wasn't. Let's get a look at Fotis Zoglu here. And as always, one of his various black liveries. I think he always runs the black livery, unless there is no black livery to be run. Which may go with his whole, Black Sheep Racing name. Although I don't know if he's racing for Black Sheep Racing in this one. You said you had a full team rundown, Byron. Would you like to grace us?
There are indeed teams. And I don't think I need to go through everybody who's on each team, but the team names are very funny. Okay. At least I approve of them. We have awesome Tugas BM Whoosh. So it's like BMW with whoosh on the end. Bam Bus Racing. Giggity. Canadian Pole 2.0. Gasoline Gladiators, Rust Bucket Racing Team, Tugasoline. I think it's supposed to be Tugasoline, which makes is very Tugasoline.int, international perhaps, intelligent perhaps. No one knows. What the fuck is a kilometer? WTF is a kilometer. Yellow Submarines. No points for guessing who's on that team. Young Heads. And no team, which is in itself a team. People who are not on a team are Morbid Apathy, Jordan Sullivan, and Alexander Gerlach.
Well, I believe only Morbid Apathy of those are here today, so just the one wild card. Or the one independent, I should say.
Correct.
Looking at the team lineups here, I think we're looking at good things from awesome Tugas BMW Whoosh, I would imagine, because that's Henrik Andreasen and Tobias Thierolf, always very, very solid. I don't think that team has any Porsches, so that might be a slight limitation for them. But otherwise, they're bringing it on. I don't think we're going to see Alexander Gerlach because, according to the race app page, he is an unknown driver. No one seems to know who he is.
I don't know who he is either. Maybe he's Elvis in disguise. Maggle, might I request that the producer... There we go. Give us a full screen view of things.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it without losing my mouse is the problem.
Well, maybe you should just super glue it to your palm. Just took it through my veins.
I've got us in full screen, and I have my mouse. There we go.
Take a look at this photos graph.
Take a look at this ability to actually have my mouse. Hibero will start on pole with Borchardt in the Porsche class, and for the BMWs, it'll be Thierolf and Zatoni, who, along with Kashuk and Andresen, are probably your championship contenders down there. In the Porsche division, I don't know, actually, because we've seen Thomas Hibero very, very quickly. We've seen Borchardt be very, very quick as well. So that would suggest that they are the quick guys. They're the fast dudes. But they're also guys who we've never seen put together like a full season. There's always been attendance issues or some mistakes that kind of cause them to lose a little bit of chutzpah. So people like Martin Edmonds, who are maybe not as fast, and Antonio Costello, that's fine, who are not as fast, seemingly, on paper, might actually be the guys to battle for this championship, because we know they're going to be here pretty consistently throughout the whole series. And they have speed. Although a dark horse might be Luciano Echazo, because he is fantastically talented on his day. He'll be starting from 8th place today. So not quite on it here at Imola. The home of the San Marino Grand Prix / the Emilia Romagna GP / I think it was probably the European GP at some point. The European GP, of course, being the excuse to basically have an extra race in either Spain, France, Germany, Italy, or the UK. And now Baku, for some reason.
Baku?
Mm-hmm. Azerbaijan.
Do they have some tobacco?
They have money. That's what they have. And actually, if you've ever seen the Baku track, there is a part of it that I think you'd really enjoy, where they basically drive through a goddamn alleyway that can barely fit one car. So you can imagine what happens when someone crashes there. So we have 31 cars today, 19 Porsches and 12 BMWs.
A friend of mine just asked me, what's this thing about John Cena being invisible?
You can't see him.
Yeah, he's not a wrestling fan. He just didn't understand. He's not exposed to that end of the internet. Pretty funny.
Speaking of wrestling, I saw a 7 worst gimmicks that didn't get to TV in WWE history.
Oh man, there's a lot of bad ones that got to TV.
Well, there was one with where a thawed-out Nazi was being managed by Paul Heyman. I thought that was particularly interesting.
What about Mantar?
Well, Mantar made it to TV, so he would not have been discussed. But they had the original plan for Heidenreich was to have him be literally a Nazi.
Could have made it work for like one episode
With Paul Heyman as his manager.
Oh, they could have. Oh, yeah, they could have strung that out a long way. Come on,
Yeah,
it
but
would have been better if they would have.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman said immediately no, because my mother was a Holocaust survivor. Thank you very much. I have no interest in this storyline.
I think it would have worked better if they had Don Callis as the manager.
I mean, Don Callis is very good at getting things over that are supposed to get heat. He is fantastic at that. Also, congratulations on your Discord MMA title, sir.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank everyone who's involved, mainly just me, though. So, I mean, I'm very attractive and therefore am good at snatching submissions randomly.
23-year-old heavyweight champion. That's got to be an all-time high.
Cha-cha-cha.
Gonna be here for a while, I imagine.
Suck on that, John Jones.
Grid forming up here for the start of the race. I don't know if we're doing rolling or stationary start. Traditionally, in a multi-class race, you do rolling start for safety reasons, but this is a video game, and therefore such safety reasons are not quite as compelling.
You see me rolling. They jumped out in front of the car and tried to claim insurance.
RB in chat saying Joe. I assume that means yo. In which case, greetings.
Yeah, Joe.
All right, here we go. Oh, rolling start it is.
Helicopter cam.
Let's get with the leader here. Up at the front, in the yellow car, the Cus racing car, Tomas Ribeiro. You can see that he has two teammates further back, rocking the same livery. That would be Antonio Costa in fourth place, and I'm not sure whom the other one is. And off we go. Heading down to turn one, which is not really a turn. It is just a full speed run through here down to the Variante Tabarello. Let's see. Oh, one of the pink cars is off. Could be Ken Scott. He's the only one that I see off of the Porsches, but could be somebody who's regained their spot anyways. And Ken Scott is definitely not that Porsche that we saw. Okay. He is not sporting the Barney is a dinosaur livery. Ribeiro leads the way from Borchardt, Zoglu, Costa, and Edmonds. Kubovic in sixth place, followed by Ichazo, who is up a spot. Rene Ermer down a spot. Andrew D. Adam Stewart, your top 10. Over the BMW department, Andy Darnell, who went off the track and therefore I think probably shortcutted something, just a theory, is up in the lead ahead of Tobias Thirol, Magic Kaschak, Leszek Comey, and Henrik Andreas. Oh, morbid apathy in the wall. Around Minerali there. Timo Ryder getting a little bit messed up there with Wilfredo Sevilla. And also in the mix there is Yuri Kratachville. Ooh, Ryder does not have a good connection. That car is going all over the place, suggesting all kinds of netcode issues. So, over the long course, hopefully that... Oh, Lord, one of the BMWs is gone completely haywire. It looks like they didn't manage to hit anybody. I think it was Leszek Lakomi who was off the track. Let's have a look here. Yep, it was Leszek Lakomi who appears to have headbutted the wall. I wonder if he's having technical difficulty.
I believe
he is going to retire the car.
They're having organic difficulty.
So I am going to give the benefit of the doubt there to Leszek and assume that was probably some kind of hardware or internet failure that led
there's some talk in the Discord chat. Yuri and Timo were having weird lag because they're from the EU.
Yeah, we definitely saw that with Timo. Yuri's was okay, but Timo's was definitely having problems. But I'm talking about Lakomi, who just randomly dove into the wall, which is a bit weird.
That's what I'm thinking. Perhaps he was also in that group.
Vander Berge giving Ricardo Costa the flashy headlights, which is a bit weird. It's a little early for that.
Public indecency, no flashing.
There are many reasons to flash your headlights. Some people use very poor ones. Yuri Kratachville is out of the race after going to the wall. We've lost two. Not terribly surprising, they are from the Eastern European section of our field, and they appear to have some of the more prominent connection issues as we ride on board with Steve Davidson as he tries to take fifth place away from Vic Vega. Mauricio Delgado putting the pressure on Vander Berge. I do remember having a conversation with somebody who flashed their headlights as a way of saying, of like doing a high five. And my response was just basically like, you need to stop doing that because that's not how anyone takes it.
It's like flipping somebody the bird.
Yeah.
Saying that they're number one. Like,
Yeah.
I was just trying to say you're really awesome. Like, no one else thinks that way.
Doesn't really work that way. The flashing of the headlights usually means either get out of my way, i.e. the blue flag scenario, like, do not see the blue flag is right there, would you get out of my way? Or fuck you. Like, those are the two actual uses of flashing headlights in common parlance.
RB in chat is saying we have to keep an eye on Vanderbergy. He is apparently a top flight racer.
Well, he's in the wall.
Currently massaging, getting a little scalp massage.
Currently getting a little bit of a problem. He is ahead of just Ken Scott and Morgan Appleby. So
RB has cursed Vanderbergy.
RB, I don't mean to disagree with you, sir, but it's not been great so far.
Oh boy!
It's Henrik Andreasen with a rare off. See, even the best can get caught out, though. Henrik is a very solid driver, so to see
I think there was a little bit of a bump there.
Could be. I didn't catch it. I was looking at the timing screen. Martin Evans in 4th place. I mean, it is kind of part of my job as the producer of the show to look at the numbers.
They only matter after the race is done.
We have a number of battles going on throughout the field, so I'm kind of letting the auto director direct where the cameras go for the time. Later on, there will be more, let's put it this way, selective camera. Meanwhile, at the front, Hibero has pulled out a 2.5 second lead. He's doing quite well. Borchardt second place, Zoglu still in 5th or 3rd. And that is Zoglu right in front of this man, Martin Evans, our administrator, who is in 4th place, ahead of Antonio Costa, his longtime rival. And Luciano Echazo continues to charge through the field up to 6th place. There is the BMW class leader, Andy Darnell, as Vanderbergy makes his way through the BMWs. And Vic Vega appears to have lost 5th place to Steve Davidson.
Junglebergy
through Aqua Minerale. And on the way to Variante Alta. I'm going to call it Variante Alta. I've noticed that there's a couple of track maps out there that refer to it as Variante Grassini, possibly named after the Grassini racing boss who passed away in 2021. But I haven't seen anything official stating that is the case. So until I can be informed otherwise, it is Variante Alta to me. Martin Evans coming into Ravassa here as he tries to chase down the final spot on the podium. When opposed to Zoglu. Mind you, plenty of time left. 53 minutes left. This is a 1 hour race. We are not even 10 minutes in, so we're not even. Well, we're just 7 minutes in now, so slightly over 10% of the way through. So definitely a lot to play for as of yet. Who is it spotting? Who's got the tartan livery? 6th place. That's Echazo. Okay. Luciano, you picked my favorite Porsche livery. I am instantaneously cheering for you. Congratulations. Because it's Canadian. It's a Canadian race team livery. Apathy off the track again.
Put him in the wall.
There he is, rejoining.
Morbid apathy driving everybody's favorite popsicle.
Indeed.
Rocket
Pops.
If you don't like no Rocket Pops, you just ain't no kind of man.
Delicious. Also sporting that livery is Mr. Ermer, who's at the front of this battle. They are not teammates, but they are running the same livery, so gentlemen, maybe you should go and fix that problem.
Monsieur Ermier.
Christian Kubovic, as well as Andrew D. in the battle there with the dyno cars. Byron, are the dyno cars on the same team this season?
But I will look.
I'm kind of asking for that, yes.
Dyno cars. So Martin and Cappy there.
Mm-hmm.
Cabbage Truck, Davidson, Edmonds, and D are Canadian pole for
And what team? And so that means Kubovic is not on their team. So there's 2 separate dyno car teams.
That could be true.
Because Kubovic has got the pink one.
Monsieur Kugelblitz is on Youngheads. Christian Kubovic, Timo Ryder, Yuri Kutachville, and Michael Shoot him down.
Andrew D may be having some connection issues as he is underground. And in the meantime, there's a battle for the BMW class lead. Oh wait, that's not actually a battle. That is one of the Porsches trying to get through there. That is Ken Scott. Oh no, Andrew D. He has fallen through space and time, and he is out of the race.
Deleted.
If you still have the teams up, is Luciano Echazo got any teammates?
Maybe.
Do you have any other Tartan litters?
We shook up there. Brain stopped being able to read, apparently.
I'm thinking not, because there's not enough Argentinian flags. Luciano is very much ESR Argentina, or Esports Racing Argentina.
Mr. Echazo's on WTF is a kilometer.
Oh, okay. He's got teammates.
With Tony Komorowski himself and Arezzo.
So no other Plaf liveries today. That's
Nicolas Arezzo.
I say that because Tony's the only one of those in the race, and he's racing a BMW, which does not have a Plaf livery. So at least for today, it is just one Tartan.
James is now listed as James P. Butler. I'm not sure what the P stands for, but
that's happened a couple. That's been going for a while, yeah.
We can extrapolate.
As he's trying to get onto the BMW podium against Magic Kashuk. Now there is a rivalry that we have seen play out in a little bit, but used to be very fierce. Martin Edmonds still trying to find his way into third, but still being held up by Greece's Fotis Zoglu, who is not the fastest Greek driver we've ever seen, nor the angriest Greek driver we've ever seen, but somewhere in the middle.
Make sure you visit the ESR store, link in the video description.
I can even put up the QR code. There you go.
Sam.
QR code deployed. Christian Kubovic on the tail of Rene Armour as they battle it out for 7th position. Now, it is interesting that Kubovic's fastest lap is listed at 152, because that is very slow, which to me suggests that Christian is having a hard time putting down legal laps. I don't know if there's an incident limit, but that could be a problem for him. Further back, Ariel Zatoni's trying to make a comeback after some early problems, and he is on the tail of Henrik Andreasen, who has also had some early problems, so two guys who know a thing or two about some struggles.
Can confirm from the Discord chat, Mr. D had a full computer crash.
So not internet, just full on computer crash.
Cut it down.
On board with Martin Evans. The camera loves you, Martin.
James Pedal Power Butler.
Rick Martel making an overtake on Timo Ryder for 12th place. Yellow Submarines versus was it Young Heads that Ryder was on?
Was that sorry?
Ryder was on Young Heads, right? That was the dinosaur team.
Yeah.
I will at some point have all the teams down, but I do not as of yet. I will. Are you kidding me? Every series we do, I get it now.
Oh yeah, well, which team is Andy Darnell on?
I'm imagining Piston.
Wrong. All wrong.
No, I'm curious.
You failed.
Because he's almost always on Piston Heads. What's his deal? I thought he literally was the Piston Heads guy. Okay, he's on Rust Bucket. And then Jeff Ecott. All right, well, they're normally the Piston Heads. Literally the same two dudes who usually are the Piston Heads. They just decide to go with Rust Bucket. For what I'm sure is entirely sponsorship reasons. Oh, we got Maximus in the chat, also a fan of Vanderbergie. Vanderbergie's got a cheering section. Here we go. Oh, Tobias Thierolf getting a little too close there with Andy Darnell, and he spins off the track. A little bit of curb, a little bit of car. Not sure who I would put at fault for that one, but based on what I saw, I lean Thierolf, but I need to know what the setup looks like.
I believe it's literally just a little red wagon underneath the shoulder line.
I meant like the leading up driving, like what was that? On board with Martin Evans. They head up to Tosa. It's actually a sneaky overtaking zone if you line it up right. You got to kind of compromise your exit for it though. More bit of apathy in the wall again. And one of the BMWs getting lapped. Well, okay, you don't have to get that out of the way, whoever that was, but I appreciate it. Martin going side by side in Aqua Minerale and Photos Zoglu. I'm not sure what happened there. Zoglu's car behaved in a somewhat strange manner there. It kind of snapped sideways, and I don't honestly have a cause for it. Chat, if you want to speculate, please feel free. That was a bit weird. Now, obviously, this is sim racing, so there's the obvious problem: the internet. I've said this story before, but there was a driver by the name of Timo H. We'll just go with H. He was a Finn who lived in the Philippines, in one of my communities back in the day, and his replays would show a completely different version of the race than the one that everyone else experienced. So anytime there was a stewarding call for him, he would just be resigned from the very beginning. He's like, "All right, on my replay, he headbutts me off the track. I assume that didn't happen on his replay." Martin Edmonds and Apathy getting into it. Apathy, you gotta get out of the way, my man. You're very off the pace and getting lapped there. That is, it is not good when you make contact with another car and you're being blue flagged. That is never a great look. There's a possibility that it's Martin's fault, and my co-commentator probably instantly thinks it's Martin's fault because
based on tire composition, definitely Martin's fault.
But it's not a good look. Ariel's at Tony picking up a spot there. By the way, a couple early pit stoppers. James Butler's been in. Fotis Zoglu, Antonio Costa, Luciano Chazo. Zoglu makes sense. He's the one that headbutted the wall after having that weird snap of, I'll call it oversteer, but I suspect it was more of a code issue. Ricardo Costa picks up a spot there over, where is he? Mauricio Delgado. I'm not really sure why Butler has come in, or Costa or Chazo. We hadn't seen them have any issues, but they could just be going for the undercut. They're going to be asking for a fair bit of their tires, though, down the stretch to take a 42-minute appearance. Christian Kuvic heading into the pit lane. So Hibero still leads from Borchardt. Irmer's up onto the podium, but will not stay there, I don't think. Adam Stewart. Kupovic coming out in 5th place again. There you go. Now he's dropping. I was gonna say, that didn't make a lot of sense. I imagine there's a couple of people in the pits. Yeah, Edmonds is dropping back, so I suspect he is in the pit lane. Can confirm.
I feel the pit lane. Really make you choose your tires?
That's true. These are true statements. Yellow Submarine team captain Mauricio Delgado, and officially charcuterie sponsor of ESR and provider.
We like chorizo.
If you would like to join Mauricio in his cooking exploits, check out our recipe room experience chat, as well as my co-host Byron.
Indeed. I do post it.
Anything coming up and down the pipeline there of the experiments?
Nothing experimental. I made a whole boatload of meat sauce. So I've been having myself some pasta. I might put up a picture of some spaghetti if I am so inclined.
Bit of an awkward spot to catch a lap car, but excellent work by by all three drivers involved to navigate that safely. Mauricio on board. Up ahead of him, Delgado, and I'm not sure who that is because the next car up the line shouldn't be that close. Oh no, okay, I guess it is Ricardo Costa and Adam Stewart. No, Stewart's 7.5 seconds ahead. It's got to be someone else. It's got to be a lap car. That would be yellow and blue livery. Let's see. Can I identify who that is? Could be. Oh, it's. I think it's Vanderberg. He is down a lap. Vanderberg is enough down a lap that he's behind some of the BMWs.
And then the morbid apathy.
Correct. Now I'm sure because again, Mr. Vanderberg, he does have a loud crowd favorite. I look forward to seeing him push his way forward as time goes on. Luciano Echazo overtaking Sevilla as well as Antonio Costa going through. Now keep in mind, Wilfredo is yet to pit, so he is not really racing these guys. He made that fairly easy, and I think that was the right call. That's not his fight.
His fight is more about Savant.
He doesn't really have a fight, unfortunately. He's kind of on his own.
You can take the fight out of the dog.
Whoa!
But you can't
Morbid
take the
apathy
dog
with
home.
another spin through
Dog
Variante Alta. Don't worry, Morbid. It's happened to the best of us. Variante Alta has taken many a driver.
Go, Mauricio.
Mauricio just kind of calmly riding on the tail of Ricardo Costa for the time being, keeping in striking distance. They've got some lap traffic up ahead, a couple of BMWs. Could be Andy Darnell or Jeff Ecott, I think is the one directly ahead of them. Judging by the livery. Yep, I think that's Ecott. Ecott also has like some distinctive damage on his front end, so his car stands out. Steve Davidson running in third place. That is Magic Kaschuk up ahead of him. They are about 5.5 seconds down on Andy Darnell, who leads the way. Butler may also come into play. He's already pitted, and he's going on a different strategy to the other BMWs. We'll see if it pays off. Mauricio Delgado got a little bit too much curb there at Alta, but will make his way past. I'm not sure who has the paint car today. Again, over time, the liveries will become second nature to me, and I'll be able to identify them. But for now, I might.
That one's big.
Kubovic overtaking Sevilla. Again, not Sevilla's fight. Unfortunately, the unfortunate thing for Sevilla is he doesn't really have a fight. Morbid apathy off again. His interest, I guess, would be possibly a fight with Timo Ryder when it comes down to it, but we'll see. Henrik Andreasen picking up 5th place there, ahead of Vic Vega. Andreasen coming back through the field after some problems, as well as Tobias Thierolf. And and Ariel Zatoni.
And terrestrial Zatoni.
Quite possible. Ariel is your father's name, Terrestria.
Like I can safely say that a lot of these liveries are yellow, not police and such.
There is a number of them, man. There's about 3 different yellow liveries racing around out there. In the Porsche on its own. The Manthe Racing one. Not sure what the Volt livery is. Yellow Submarines are sporting it, but I don't know what team in real life that is. And the one there for Vanderburgie, as well as Ken Scott. Vic Vega. Making life a little bit hard for one of the Porsches there. Again, that is not a fight. But I understand why, because Vic Vega is in a very, tight battle with Henrik Andreasen. So this is very much within his rights to try and scrap for it. Timo Ryder on the tail of Ken Scott. Not really Scott's battle, but also Scott doesn't really have a battle with anyone, so might as well race for it. Make life a little bit difficult. Oop. Contact. Ken's off. Probably a penalty for Ryder. Chad is noting that we're surprised by how good they are. Yeah, we got a really good group of drivers here from Tugas, from Petrolheads, and from ESR, as well as Esports Racing Argentina, all in the field today. Some very quick ones. Some guys who are developing their skills as well. It's not a universally top-notch league or anything, but we got some really solid drivers here, like Cabero, Borchard, Irmer, Antonio Costa, Martin Edmonds, very quick. Tobias Thierolf is fantastic as a driver. If he hadn't headbutted the wall earlier, I think he would be definitively in the lead of the BMW race, but he's in third as a result. Having just taken that third place away from this man, Steve Davidson. There's some blue flag action. One of the Porsches coming through. Or, well, all right, not blue flag action, because that's Vanderburgie that's with them. And he's not actually getting blue flag treatment. But the BMWs are like 11 seconds a lap faster, or at the very least like 10 seconds faster a lap. You're not going to keep the Porsches behind you, BMW. You are not racing them, even if it is quote-unquote for position. Could you maybe explain what the time and pit means? I'm really in this kind of sports racing street. Pit means that if it's a red pit, they have not pitted. If it's a green pit, then they have pitted. So the green guys are going to the end. They don't have to go in the pits again. They don't have to take fuel. They don't have to take tires. Nothing. Doesn't mean that they won't pit, but they don't have to. The guys with the red pit next to them do have to pit. As for the time, I'm not sure what you mean, so I'll just go over anything.
I think he means like the distance.
Oh, the plus minuses?
Yeah.
All right, so if you, let's say, take Borchardt there in second place. He is 27, well, growing, because I think he's in the pits right now. He's in the pits right now. So it's a growing gap. Bad choice on my part, but that's how many seconds he is behind the car in front of him. So that's what that is. And if it's minus, like you just saw with Irmer there, it means he's about to pass him. Because Borchardt's in the pit lane as we speak. James Butler is going to pick up a spot here as Chris Willems gets a little bit wide. Butler needs a lot of this good luck. He pitted very early and is kind of banking on being able to make his way through traffic reasonably efficiently. There is Borchardt, excellent pits. And the only other time I note is time left in the race, which is up at the top there beside race. So we have 31 minutes and a couple seconds to go. Morbid Apathy off again. Morbid Apathy, if I may make a suggestion, a humble suggestion, maybe swapping into the BMW would be a good idea. The Porsches are historically difficult cars to drive because of their interesting physics structure. It's because of where the engine is. It's because of where the engine is in the car. It's further to the rear than it is in anything else. So
it's all to do with the googly eyes.
So if you put the heaviest thing in your car towards the rear, you are creating a whole different balanced dynamic in the car. And as a result, it's gonna be harder to drive. I kind of always recommend this to anyone who's struggling with the Porsche and hasn't shown competency in the cars in general. It's just not. It's not the place to start. So to use GT3 racing as an example, if you're playing this game or you're playing a set of Corsa Competizione, you're probably going to want to start with a front-engine car, like the BMW, like the Mercedeses, like the Aston Martins. The ACC Aston Martin is known as being kind of boring, but it's an excellent beginner car. It kind of lets you settle in your kind of universal skills a little bit before you go trying to master mid-engine cars and rear-engine cars, which the Porsches are. Just a thought, just a suggestion. Of course, I don't know what they own. They may, Morbid Apathy may have selected the Porsche just because he owns the Porsche and he doesn't own the BMW. On board with James Butler, trying to still make his way through as he battles Magic Kazchuk. This is for proper position because Kazchuk has pitted, Butler has pitted. They were battling before Butler's pit stop, and they are back at it again as they head towards Variante Halton. Now, one of the Porsches is coming up behind them. This is a blue flag scenario. Probably? Yes. Because that is not the only Porsche that they are racing for position is Apathy, and he is not that livery. Tobias Thierolf out of the pits and trying to overtake Chris Willems. He'll successfully do that. Whoever that is, could be Mauricio Delgado. Could be Rick Martel. I think those are the only two options. One of them is probably being held up a little bit here. He'll go zipping past here on the straight though, because again, that Porsche is, like I said, something like 10 seconds faster. Hang on. Fastest lap for the Porsches here today is a 42.29. That is Ribeiro. The fastest lap for the BMW crew is a 50.983. So yeah, about 8 seconds of differential.
Little lock differential.
Oh, hang on. That was a Porsche lap time that did the 150. That was Ken Scott's fastest time. Fastest time for the actual Porsches is 52.739 at the moment. So yeah. 52.393. Ariel Zattel is your fastest. So yeah, substantial difference. We're talking in the neighborhood of 10 seconds. So Irmer now leads after Ribeiro has pitted. But Irmer still has to pit. He's not really in the battle for the win here. Honestly, I think this is Ribeiro's to win unless he makes a mistake. He has that kind of cushion. And it doesn't seem like anybody really has the pace to challenge him. Because as I stated, he's got the fastest lap of the race at a 42.29. The next fastest is a 42.98 for Borchardt. So we're talking 0.7 of a second, which, for those of you who are not big racing fans, that doesn't sound like a lot. It is a lot in racing. A 0.7 of a second gap over the course of a lap is quite huge. So Borchardt is right on the tail of Adam Stewart here. Stewart and him are not really battling. Stewart is yet to pit. Borchardt has pitted. Or Borchardt, pardon me.
Borchardt.
You know what's throwing me off is there's actually a driver named Thorsten Borchardt, and that's throwing me off.
Yeah. Borchardt with a vengeance.
Borchardt. My apologies. Also, to be honest, I think this is the first race we've actually commentated on with Mr. Borchardt. So,
yeah. Well, he was on the.
He did a practice race. Yeah. But aside from that, this is his first show. And that was one we didn't do a lot of commentary on because if you'll recall, the camera was stuck on one car the whole time. So we're not super comfortable with his name yet. We know he's fast, and we know he's German.
Germans.
On board with morbid apathy.
Boy, Vanderbergy has dug himself out of the lower classes.
He has overtaken all the BMWs. Let's see here. He's about 16 seconds behind Ryder. What's the pace differential?
So it'd be 5 hours, right?
Yeah, Ryder's doing better lap times than him, so I don't think we're going to get a fight, but hey, we can see. We're cheering for Vanderbergy to have a good showdown here at the end. Tobias Thierolf trying to navigate his way through James Butler. To no avail yet. So yet to pit. We still have Irmer and Stewart in the Porsche category, as well as Apathy. But don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Morbid Apathy. Do not take this the wrong way. But your impact on the race is somewhat minimal at this point. He's struggling out there.
Username checks out.
He is struggling out there.
He's not in a hurry.
And 3 BMWs, the top 3, Darnell, Andreasen, and Davidson. So BMW pit stops will be a big deal. Not so much for although Adam Stewart is in the pit. So Stewart in the pit lane means Irmer is pulling the Max Simmons here today. And for those who don't know what that is, that's going really, really deep before making your pit stop. Max Simmons has made a career of being the dude who goes long on the opening stint. Porsche. Oh! Well, good news for Vanderbergy. Ryder with a spin. And that will cost him time. Varianti Alta has bit a bunch of people today. Not really sure why the camera keeps going to Morbid Apathy. Again, Mr. Apathy, you're not really racing anybody, so I'm not really sure what the auto director's...
You're just gonna keep saying it like that over and over?
Hey, I appreciate the guys who stick it out and go to the end with the hard-nosedness of what Mr. Morbid Apathy is doing right now. I appreciate the Frederico's Vongers of the world.
Correct. Where's Vonger management?
I think he's probably doing some European friendly races.
Very European.
But it is a bit weird that the camera guy is giving us so much apathy.
I vote you turn it on to helicopter cam permanently.
Rick Martel in the wall. Covers. Adam Komorowski in the chat. Adam, why aren't you racing today? I assume you couldn't make it.
I assume because you need tons of pizza.
I mean, that could be part of why he didn't make it. I did once get locked out of my apartment during an endurance race for pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So that did happen. Apologies to Jeff Wentworth, who I made do a triple stint when we were doing that. else throughout the field, though. So close. It's Luciano Chazzo zigzagging through some of the BMWs, making his way through. Chazzo's up to 4th place. Very impressive. Irmer's in the pit lane. All right. Gonna override the camera here, and we're going to watch the pit stop of Rene Irmer, and we're going to see where he comes out. He was the leader before this pit stop. And he's going to rejoin in, I think, 6th place. Kubovic should be coming around to overtake him right now in his Barney car. Should come out ahead of Zoglu. Ooh, Fotis Zoglu's had a rough later stint. At one point was looking like a podium contender. Not so much now. 7th place. So, all the Porsches have pitted, with the exception of Apathy. We have Habero leading from Borchardt. We have Ichazo in 3rd place. We have Costa, Kubovic, Irmer, Zoglu, Edmonds. Edmonds and Zoglu are the 2 big losers in this instance. They started 3rd and 5th, and they are down to 7th and 8th. Adam Stewart 9th, Ricardo Costa 10th, Mauricio Delgado, Rick Martel, Wilfredo Sevilla, Timo Ryder, and Nicozel van der Bergi in 15th place. Ken Scott is in 16th place, and Morbid Apathy in 17th place. And then in the BMW department, Steve Davidson leads but has yet to pit. So in theory, it'll be Andy Darnell when he does decide to come in. Darnell currently in 2nd ahead of Kaschuk, Andreasen, Thierolf, Butler, Zatoni, Vega, Ecott, and Chute. Oh wait, we've had no sightings of our fellow commentator Michael Chute from the camera guy. We'll fix that at some point.
Something went crash boom outside. I'm going to have a quick look, and I'll be right back.
All right. Please be real and check out the ESR Discord, which is linked in the description of this video, I do believe, if you would like to get involved in some of the ESR events here. We also do events, but obviously, as you can see, with Tugas Racing, Petrolheads, and Esports Racing Argentina as associations for larger events. We are a mostly North American group of racers that race at North American friendly times, but we do have some Europeans in our mix, such as James Butler, and also, I'm looking through here to find another good example. we also have some South Americans like Mauricio Delgado, as well as some UK-located racers such as Patrick Kaschuk, as well as James Butler, like I said, and European racers like nobody that is here, but we do have them, I swear. Rene Irmer with the freshest tires. Going to make his way through. That is James Butler in the BMW, I think. It is the livery that Butler is running. Whether he is the only one running it or not, I don't know. And behind him is Zoglu. And in front of him is Christian Kubovic. And the Barney is a dinosaur car. Actually, I think that's a lapped car ahead of him. I think the pink car further ahead is Kubovic. I think this is a blue flag scenario. That got a little ugly. Probably Timo Ryder having some problems, as we saw him have some problems earlier on. And I don't entirely think that they have been fixed. Oh no! Ryder disappears, literally.
Still
He's back! He's back!
Fourth and back and forth.
He's blinking in and out of existence like Huey's dad in the boys. I was going to say Huey's dad in the boys.
What counts?
Now Huey's dad is a nice guy until he develops his superpowers and murders a bunch of people.
Yeah, there's a few. I couldn't find anything disturbed outside, so I don't know if something crash boom banged at the neighbors, or maybe it was upstairs and my excellent headphones have blocked the sound.
Herber makes his way through the lapped cars along with Fotis Zoglu. They will continue their battle for 6th place for the back there is Ryder. This has got to be the worst point of the race for Ryder because he's dealing with like a lot of lap traffic, and we know he's having internet problems. So he's blinking in and out of existence around cars, and that could be very nerve-wracking. He's fallen behind Vanderbrugge, by the way. So the Vanderbrugge section, get up, cheer! Your man's in 14th place. Never mind. He just got overtaken by Ryder again.
That's Ryder?
And he's back in front. You know what? Screw it. Let's get that on camera. There is Nicozel Vanderbrugge. Sponsored, in quotation marks, by detergent. He's pulled away from Ryder now, so seems good. One of the dinosaur cars zigzagging through traffic ahead of him. That could be Martin Edmonds. Actually, I think it has to be Martin, right? Because I think the only other one of those liveries in the field was Andrew D, who we have lost. So I believe Martin is now the only dyno car. Pickup action between Mauricio Delgado, who's re-caught up to Ricardo Costa. These guys are fighting over 10th place in the Porsche category. With more on offer, because Adam Stewart is the blue car slightly up the road. So 9th place could still be on the cards. For the Yellow Submarine representative, Mauricio Delgado, and I'm assuming Ricardo Costa is just on the one of the Tugas named teams, I imagine. He is an admin, so that would be fitting.
Call the administrator. There's a problem over here. Whoa! Slow speed crash, Mauricio, you absolute savage.
Mm-hmm. Oop, nice
You're
little
not going fast enough for me to T-bone, but I will nudge you.
Nice little spin. Yeah, Ricardo Costa is with the Tugasoline.int team. So, the, I imagine, official Portuguese Tugas team, along with Tomas Ribeiro and Antonio Costa.
When I first read that, I thought it was supposed, like somebody had misspelled Tugas online. I'm like, that don't make no kind of, oh, that makes sense.
I feel like it could be legitimately either.
Yeah. How about them Toronto Blue Jays? I hear
They're not doing well. They are still a professional team, but they're not doing well.
Over under 0.5 Vladimir Guerrero Juniors get traded.
I think Vladdy's staying.
Are they going to sacrifice Bo Bichette?
Oh, so didn't we already hit the MLB trade deadline?
Oh yeah, totally.
Like we traded away some stuff, but I'm pretty sure we still got Vladdy Guerrero. Shows you how much I'm following baseball, though. Really, that I honestly could not tell you confidently.
Over under 1.5 Shohei Ohtani's. Correct, because you don't need more than one.
There's only one, and he's in LA.
Unique.
He is the Dodger. Probably more than any other player. Yeah, he's unique.
He's on pace to have a 50-50 season.
Mm-hmm.
That's psychotic.
Yup.
He's a pitcher. Amazing. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think Judge breaks the home run record again?
I don't think so. He always slows down towards the end of the season, it seems.
I think I don't think it's him. I think it's people that start overtly pitching around him because it's the end of the season and they need wins more than they need to try and be the guy who pitched to Judge and got him out.
I don't know. I was looking at it. I thought that last year But I was looking at the numbers. His walk rate doesn't actually really go up. He just does seem to kind of slow down.
Yeah, well, last year he was injured.
Now that could also just be a function of like the more pitchers see you, the better. The more they know what to do against you. So there's probably a part of that as well. But every year, Aaron Judge does kind of slow down the last couple of months of the season, and it's kind of like every year he's on pace to beat the record by like a bunch, and then like it doesn't turn out to be that much of a beat. We're looking at about the only really interesting battle on track right now, and that is the battle for third place between Henrik Andreasen and Magic Kazchuk in the BMW class. Henrik with the BMW whoosh livery.
I will call them the bum-wooshers.
And, of course, Kazchuk is the pole in Canadian pole. Photosizoglu is still battling with Rene Ermer, so we'll probably peek in at them at some point. They're having a decent little struggle. Ryder is off the track again. Vanderbergy update for our peoples. He is catching up to Wilfredo Sevilla, so that could be a battle before long.
Oh, my people.
But he is going to have to definitely put together some of his best laps of the races. Andreasen goes down the inside, looking to set up an overtake into Variante Villeneuve, but is unable to do so. It takes some stones to go side by... Oh, that was Tamburello, actually. It takes some stones to go side by side for Tamburello or Villeneuve. This is Villeneuve.
You played for Villanueva?
No, sir. One of the cars coming through there, that is, I believe, one of the Costas. And Andreasen goes through, in fact, also picks up a spot on Thierolf. What is up with Tobias Thierolf? He just lost 2 spots. He's down to 4th place.
I believe he stopped in for Schnitzel.
All right, well, one of the BMW Whoosh cars was in 2nd place, now in 4th. The other one was in 4th, now in 2nd. And it's a little bit weird. Kazchuk's still caught in the sandwich. Whatever was up with Thierolf appears to be resolved. He's fine through Equiminerale. And with 8 minutes to go, both the class wins appear to be relatively secure.
My God, that's Lee Pace's music. He's dressed like Thanduru.
Photosizoglu and Rene Ermer battling it out for 6th place. Let's go, Rene! Rene and I have had a lot of good battles on track, so I'm always in the take for him. Plus, as he does better, it makes me look good. Because at one point I was rivals with him. Not anymore. I could not keep up with him now. Whereas I don't think I ever really had much of a rivalry with Photosizoglu. I have raced against him, but there was nothing wheel banging impressiveness about it. Ravazza there. Really narrow line there from Zoglu. I wonder if that's going to work out for him. He's got a good run here down towards Tamburello. As they cross the line for the 31st lap. I forget if this means that was the 31st or the 30th lap. I forget if they're on 31 or they completed 31. Race room and ACC are different in that regard. Anyways, Zoglu with the overtake. So he gets through at Tamburello. Well, serves me right for questioning the wisdom of that line through Ravassa. That was a good run. I said we'd get Michael Chute on screen, and we have Michael Chute. Great delivery, Byron. What do you think?
I believe that would be at least a 37 out of an indefined top-end number.
I think it's a little dull, myself. I like the white, red, and black. I think there's a lot you could do with that. I don't really like the usage there.
That is fair.
That's one of the one of the Porsches slips on through. Not sure which one that was. It could be Ken Scott. It could be Vanderberg. One or the other.
It could literally be Dave from Czechoslovakia.
Well, no, because there probably isn't a Dave in Czechoslovakia for one thing.
You can't prove that.
Oh, no, there probably is, actually. David's a common enough name in that area.
David O'Tongue.
Well, probably not David O'Tongue. Probably like David Hashuk. One of the Porsches working his way through there. Now, this shows you how little that car has appeared on track. I don't know who that is in the blue Porsche. I actually legitimately have no idea who that is working his way through traffic. Let's see here. By process of elimination. Could be Sevilla. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Adam Stewart.
Stewart Copeland?
By the way, Adam Stewart has got Paul Iper on his team this season, so if Paul comes in, he could be a big force. He's been pretty good when he's shown up.
He's going to do nothing but that stuff. He will be Iper on the repair.
One of the yellow submarines working their way through there as well. Probably Mauricio Delgado. And in behind him, that would make that... I was going to say Ricardo Costa, but that is not Costa's livery, so that's got to be somebody else. Could be Fotis Zoglou. Zoglou should have Rene Irmer on his tail, and I don't see Rene Irmer, so that is not Zoglou. That is somebody running the same livery. So whoever is on Fotis' team, one of the BMWs is like, no, I'm just going to leave the track and let you guys through. Borchardt is the black Porsche. Time running down here, probably only 2 laps to go, maybe 3. Depends on where the lead car is. They're still trying to find his way up past Kazchuk here. You know what? Kind of a big deal to see Tobias not have a great day, though, because we're used to seeing Tobias blow people out. And to see him behind Darnell, behind Andreas, and behind Kazchuk, it does point towards hopefully a competitive season for the BMW class. Contact! Kazchuk in the wall.
Contract.
That's, I guess, one way to get on the podium, Tobias. I'm not sure. I mean, that might have been just too much curve from Kazchuk as well. I didn't really get a great look at the contact. But let's just say I am the assistant steward for this here festivities, and we might. When I say we, I mean me and Jack might be looking at that in a certain light.
Texas Stooge.
Kazchuk's out of the race. Aww.
That's no good.
So he got put in the wall and he retires. That's hard. That's heartbreaking, especially this close to the end of the race. So Mr. Kazchuk, I'm just saying. The steward's office is open. Or I'm not sure if we're stewarding this one, but I assume we are. I assume we are. Also, Tobias picking up a slowdown penalty for continuing to abuse track limits. So even the in-game steward is a little bit perturbed with Tobias. I'm personally perturbed that Tobias is only hitting 240 in my baseballs. He's kind of like the only underachieving bat in the Wild Wings lineup right now. We're having a historically good offensive season, led by Mr. Chuck Action and his MVP-like, godlike, Shohei Ohtani-like numbers, except he's not a pitcher.
I mean, we were having that kind of season when we increased the difficulty. But
we still are! We still are! We put up 24 hits under the current difficulty, sir. We are still ripping it
now on a 19-game losing streak.
We went 3-2 in the last streak. Still winning. You can tune in to the Mio Dread Twitch stream though to see more on Tuesday. All right, checker flag is out. Tomas Ribeiro is your winner in the Porsche category by 38 seconds over Thorsten Borchardt. So not very close, to be honest. A dominant day for this man, Tobias Ribeiro, and the Tugas team.
Any relation to Shirley?
Probably not. Ribeiro is a very common name. Borchardt coming to the line here to finish in second place. That's Adam Stewart in behind him, although they are not battling for position. Stewart is down the lap. A little flashy of the headlights, comes across the line, taking second. And Luciano Chazo with a really good day. Started 8th place, comes home on the podium. Very solid effort there. Antonio Costa in behind him. Teammates Ribeiro. And the number 1 finishing dinosaur car, Christian Kupovic. In the Barney Mobile. Edmonds ended up in 8th place. How did that happen? Well, maybe, okay, I was going to say maybe not even 8th place, but that car behind him is not battling for position. That is one of the yellow submarine cars. Edmonds fell back late. Quite bad. What is that? Come on, lap. I think he may be a gas. Yeah, that last lap was a 47.7, which is about 4 seconds off his best. So, yeah, I think Martin may have miscalculated his fuel there and fell back at the end. Anyways, Ribeiro wins from Borchardt, Chazo, Costa, Kubovic, Zogalou, Ermer, Edmonds, Stewart, Delgado, Costa, Martel, Sevilla, Vanderbergy, and Scott are your top finishing Porsches. Did Morbid Apathy see the checkered flag? Yes, he did. In the BMW category, Andy Darnell picking up the win. Apathy picks up 122nd penalty. Darnell wins over Andreasen, Thirol, Butler, Davidson, Zatoni, Vega, Ecott, Shoot, and Willems, your top 10. Ryder fell back at the end, towards the end. I wonder if he had technical difficulties. Well, we know he had technical difficulties. I wonder if they were more severe than perhaps we even thought. All right, well, that is today's race. Now, if you will bear with me for a moment here, I will run down on what you can expect for the remainder of this series.
Is there a bear with you?
And when you can expect it. We'll be heading to Dubai on September 14th. Same time, same channel. I don't know if we'll end up doing that one live. We'll have to check for scheduling conflicts. Round 3 will be the Asin TT on September 28th. Then on October 26th, we're at the Enduro round at Suzuka, which is going to be, I think, a 90-minute race, if I'm not mistaken. Brands Hatch for round 5 on November 9th. November 23rd, Laguna Seca. And on December 7th, we finished this off with Portimao, the home track for the Tugas boys and the Portuguese.
Meow.
Oh, okay. So Timo's in the chat saying he had technical issues and stayed in the pits to make sure that he could finish the race. So that's good. I appreciate you going for the finish there, Timo. Byron, I don't have anything else to add. So do you have anything else to add?
Everybody else get on the floor. Everybody drive that dinosaur.